Hi everybody, my name is Heather. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share a flip through of this little tag book that I created, and the second part of the video I'm going to show you how you can create one for yourself. So I made this tag book for a swap that I'm in, and it's hosted by my friend Maggie of Maggie's Journals. She paired us with a partner, and she told us that we needed to create a tag book. And that was really, we could just use our imagination or our creativity and just make any type of tag book we wanted. She gave us the suggestion to look on YouTube at videos that are out there. So I went on YouTube, and if you just search tag book, you'll find a whole bunch of videos that are actually all so inspiring. So yeah, and this is my little version of what I came up with. I kind of took little bits and pieces from different parts of things that inspired me and just kind of made my own. So that's why in the second part of the video, I'll show you how I put it all together. So my partner is Cassie of Dust of Roses, and she created a beautiful tag book for me as well. It's on her Instagram, and she followed a tutorial by Shabby Soul, which is kind of more like an accordion style, and I loved that too. So I'm gonna link that in the description below if you want to see how that one is made, because it is really pretty too. Basically, whenever it's all folded up and together, it kind of looks like a little journal, which I love. And I love this side. It's all chunky and super cute. I put it all together with this sari silk ribbon, and then I added this really pretty little rhinestone to the side, and I bound everything together with these little ropes. This was directly inspired by Angie. So Angie, if you are watching, thank you for the inspiration for that. So I love how it kind of looks like a little journal, and then when you flip it over, there's a tag on the back that's just clipped on there, and I love that. Basically, I don't know if you can kind of see, but there's just layers of tags that kind of go up on the top, which I love that part. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of showing there. So I think that looks really cute. So this was originally supposed to be reds and pinks and roses, and somehow it ended up being more neutral and a lot of yellows and blues, and I don't know how that happened, but I love the result, and I'm really happy with it, and I hope that she likes it. So another thing that Maggie said whenever she gave us the details, she suggested that she liked that the tags could be removed, and I really like that too, that they weren't bound into the book. So almost every tag in here is just clipped in with these little rusty paper clips, and I just put a little bit of pretty netting on the clip. So this first tag is just a beautiful yellow rose. This is a printable from my shop, and I used other printables in this, and I'm going to use them in the video going forward. So I will link all the ones that I use from my shop in the description box below, so that way I'm not talking about that the whole way through the video. So this is a little millinery flower up here that I put a little pearl in the middle. I love how that looks. It's just super pretty, and I put some vintage French papers on this front cover. And the book I'm going to show you once we get into the tutorial part, but basically the book is constructed from these old cabinet cards that I have that I don't really like the pictures of. I have a whole bunch of cabinet cards that I'm not they're different men and different just images that I pictures that I don't really care for. So the cards are so nice, and they have this gold edge. I don't know if you could see the gold on there, but when I was trying to think of how I could put this together, I've been wanting to come up with a project that I can use these cabinet cards on. So that's what the actual pages of the book are assembled from, is those cabinet cards. So I just covered them all up with papers and things. So that then opens up, and in here is the first page, and then there's a little tag tucked here which has little birds, and then on the back, some pretty like little printable. And then this is some vintage papers that I glued in, and then you can see the bottom part of one of those cabinet cards, and I love that little gold edging that you can see down there. So yeah, so that's a tag there. And then this tag is clipped here, and it's just made from some lace and printables and book pages. And then I put some old papers on the back, some old French papers and a little bird. And then this part flips open. So I love how this just all kind of lays open like this. I think that looks so pretty. And I put some of the texture paste papers and some book pages, and I clipped a little tag on this one. Just put these cute little tags here. I mean, you could put a lot of tags in here, but I tried to make it so that it looked really cohesive whenever it was open together, because I know that like if you have a flip book, you can it can get overwhelming because there's so many pages and you kind of want it to all flow. So I didn't put like a ton of tags. So yeah, so this is the tag that I created. And then on the back, this is like the back page. I put this picture here and some lace and some old papers under there. And again, you can see the bottom of that cabinet card. And I just laid this one in here because it doesn't move around whenever the pages are shut. So yeah, so basically they just all layer together, and I purposely did it so that they would go like that. And then on the back, this tag back here just clips on as well. And I love this. This is like a Paris cathedral and just some printables and embossed paper. But I purposely left that writing on the back of this cabinet card, which is so pretty. So yeah, so all of these tags just clip on. Another thing you could do is, we can talk more about it whenever we get into the tutorial part, but you could make belly bands or pockets to hold your tags, but I didn't like the idea that the pocket would hide the tags. I wanted the tags to, like, as soon as you turned the page, I wanted to be able to see the tags, if that makes any sense. So yeah. And it's just kind of basically planning out your layering so that it all looks good whenever it's all together. So I will be back in a sec and we will get started. Okay, so these are the cabinet cards that I have, some of them that I have, that I'm not real crazy about the actual pictures. Like, I'm probably never going to use these in my journals. So this one actually had a picture on it that was coming off, and I just took it off. So now I have the cardboard from it. So we want to make, the idea is that you want to pick like a back image. Like this is going to be like the largest piece, and it's going to be your base image, and then the two are going to go on the sides. So I'm just going to, I might just use this because you want the sides to be a little bit smaller. And like if you see on this one, oh yeah, that's about that size. So so yeah, so you want that front piece to be a little bit smaller because it's going to be layering on top of that larger piece in the back. And then so these ones are all the same size as that middle one. So I think what I will do is I will just cut one down. I think that's what I'm going to do, is just cut one down so that it matches more like this size. So, because I don't want it to fold over like that, because then it will miss, you'll miss all of these cute little tags sticking up. You want these parts to be shorter. So that's what I'm going to do. And let's see. I think I'm going to choose this one because I like this like scallopy edge, and I like that it has the gold and this pretty section here. And then I'll just use that one because it's already the size that I want. So I'm just going to use this as my guide and kind of create another one that's similar in size there. So I'm just going to get my scissors. So if you do not have any cabinet cards, then maybe I'll make it just slightly different size. If you don't have any cabinet cards, then just use anything that is a little thicker, like even a cereal box or something just with a little bit of, you know, thickness to it is definitely going to be the ticket for this project. So yeah. Okay. So it's not really cut very even, but I'm going to cover it with papers anyway, so it's really going to get blended in. So this is basically the, oh my gosh, am I in frame? Okay, yeah, here I am. Okay, so this is basically going to be the basis of the whole thing. It's just 3 pieces. All right, so now that we have our base ready, what we need to do is cover these with papers. And I have some, like a basket here of just like a whole bunch of old scrap papers. And I'm just going to go through there and I'm going to cover using those. And I have some images pulled. I have some, oh, another thing is I've already prepared my tags because I knew that that would be like time consuming to like make all of this with you. So I've made a lot of little neutral tags here, and these are the tags that I might not use all of these in the book, but these are the tags that I'm going to use. And I've made a bunch of little tags here, and I'm going to kind of pick and choose. Once I get that base done, I'm going to pick and choose and see which ones work. So, but mostly, I don't think I'm going to use this one in there. I've already kind of thought about that, but I think this is going to be the tags inside. So basically, I'm going to do a lot of neutral tags, and it's going to be like more neutrals and blues. So that's going to be the gist of it. I also created this really pretty little prayer card. This is from one of my prayer card printables, and I absolutely love this one. So I think I'm going to use her in there as well. So just lots of other, like I have a bunch of papers pulled, little scraps and tickets, and I'm not exactly sure yet what I want to use, but we'll see how it goes once we get started. So for this next part, when I cover these sections, I'm just going to go ahead and speed that part up, and I'm not going to talk through that. And then I'll just come back if I have to tell you something, but you can just watch me cover these with papers. Okay, so now that I have all of the papers covering the different sections, so this was the front cover. You could see that I was playing with the tags to kind of get an idea of what I wanted it to look like once it was all done. So I knew I wanted to use this tag on the cover, so I was trying to like arrange everything so that the tags would look cohesive as well. So just my process was like making the tags ahead of time, and I know that could be like maybe a little confusing because you're not sure what sizes you want to make, but basically you just want them to layer down. So you want to do like, so I knew like when I was making these that I wanted this one to be one of the back ones, and then maybe this one would be in the middle, and I knew that I wanted like a little one, you know, for the front. So I made a couple little ones, and they're all cute, you know, but I wasn't sure. Well, this one's really cute for the cover too. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's hard to pick. Definitely like this one or this one. I think it's definitely this one. So yeah. Okay. So now we have this for the cover, and I just took some vintage papers that were in my scrap bin. And then this is a texture paste paper, which I shared a video of how I made that in a previous video. So I'll link that video as well in case you missed that. And then like this is gonna open this way, and I put the little birds there and just some vintage papers on the back. This was part of one of my printables. This is part of a blue garden kit. So I just separated those birds out and put them like that. And then this is gonna open like this. And I put the another texture paste paper and just some more book pages, some old French papers, book pages, and some lace. So basically, like if you do not have old papers, definitely just use printables. You could use newspaper, book pages, you know, anything like that. And then just kind of, you know, work as you go. I don't know, like when I first started this, I pulled all kinds of like florals and different patterned papers. But then once I got into it, I was like, I really like the simplicity of just like the text pages and all of that. So I guess I still need to deal with the back of this. But let's just layer the tags first. Let's see what they look like before we go any farther. So here are some of the tags that I have that I made for this. And let's see, what else did I make? Oh, I made this little prayer card, which is so pretty. I have this little girl. I don't know. We'll see. We'll put her to the side. I'm not sure if I'm going to use her. What else did I have here? There's another little tag that I made. Just some little lace. Oh, here they are. And then these little ones. So there's a couple little neutrals. So let's go through. Now I know that I want this to be the back tag. So I kind of want that to stick up a little bit in the back. And I like that it has some embossing. I wish it would be a little bit wider, but that's okay. It does not matter. It's just whenever I realized like how it laid in there, I was like, oh, I wish it was a little wider, but it doesn't matter. I kind of made skinnier tags for this one than the other book that I shared with you. So let's just fold it like how it's gonna be. Let's see, make sure I'm in frame. Okay, so this tag is in the back, okay? And then the next tag we're gonna layer is going to be this one, which I really love. This is just off of some type of old document that I had, and I took a wax seal and I attached it with a bow up at the top. So I'm just going to put that there. And then I was thinking about nesting this little prayer card here as well. So I might end up, we'll see how they stay in there, but I might have to clip those or use a, what do you call, I keep wanting to say safety pin, but a paper clip. I might have to use a paper clip to hold these on here. We'll see as we go. And then, so for these two, I wanted to use some of these little tags. So I think for this side, I will use, or maybe this one. No, I think this one over here, and then this one over here. And then I don't know if I'm going to use this one or not. I mean, I suppose I could just layer them together, but I want to keep it from getting too chunky. So I'm just going to set this one aside, and if I need it, I'll come back to it. Okay, so there we have 1, 2, 3, 4 tags so far. And then this, you know, I'm kind of considering a tag. So it's kind of like 5 tags already. Okay, so then the next thing is this is going to fold in, okay? And that was where I thought I would use this tag. And remember, eventually I'm gonna clip all these in and we're gonna bind all this together. And then this one is going to fold over here. And you can see that I'm purposely, let me make sure that I have this in frame. I'm purposely making sure that my tags are kind of going up, you know, as I go. And then this is gonna be the cover, and then this is the tag that's gonna go on the cover. So there we go. I think that's enough tags. I'm real happy with that, and I don't really wanna like overdo it. I like being able to see all those elements that I want to see, and if I start adding too much stuff, then it just, not that that wouldn't look good, because like I think it would look good, you know, just everything poking out, but that's just kind of like how I visually like it. So yeah. So then now that we have our tags picked, I will go ahead and put them to the side, and then I will show you how to bind all this together. Okay, so the next step is we're gonna bind all this together. So we'll start with the right side, and basically you wanna line them up however you want it to lay. So I kind of like the concept that this would be down lower, like I said, because I want my tags to show at the top. And then when this one folds over, I might make it just slightly higher than the bottom of this one, just to give a little bit of variation of sizes. I think that's kind of fun. And I also really like this little scallopy edge here. So we'll start with this right side, and basically you just want to make sure you fold it over to the way that it's supposed to lay, have it laying the way that you want it, and then I just kind of like tap it there to make sure that this is nice and even, making sure that like the top is even and the bottom is even with the side, and then just pinch it with your fingers, or you could put a little clip on it. So for the sake of the video, I'll put a clip. And then you're just gonna get your crocodile, and I'm gonna use the smaller hole setting, like this smaller one. There's a larger and a smaller on mine. So I'm just going to eyeball where I want it, but basically I'm gonna be putting 2 holes, just kind of like gauging a nice even distance from each other, a little ways down from the top, and then a little ways down from the bottom, like that. And then once we have that done, we will leave that clip there. And then I'm going to take just a little bit of this very thin jute cord, and I got this at, you know, my local craft store, and I'm just going to thread it through. You have to be careful because this comes apart, so you could put a little piece of tape over the edge or whatever works. And then you kind of want to leave enough so what I like to do is leave enough so that you have room to grow. So you can always at the very end come back and trim these lower. So what I mean is if you go too tight, like if I went like that, once I started putting all my tags in, it wouldn't allow enough room for the side to pop up. So I like to leave it a little bit looser for now, maybe like that. And then I can come back in and tighten that later if I want to. So just leave your strings a little bit longer. Leave like these a little longer to give yourself some room. And then we'll trim them shorter once we're finished. So then you're going to continue to do that for the other hole. And then we're going to do it for the other side. And like I said, I'll show you where you can add if you want to keep, like if you wanted more flips, more layers where you could put more tags, like more flip layers. I'll show you really quickly. So, so then this one's going to come in and go here like this. And then if you wanted to add, where is that little picture? Let's see here. So let's say you wanted to add another layer onto here. Then you could take, so obviously we are gonna, the same thing that we did here, we're gonna do over here to bind it. And then if you wanted to add another one, you could do the holes here and then join these two together to make a little flip. I mean, you could make as many flips as you want. You could flip that and then you could add another one here and make that a little flip so that they like flip all the way open. You know what I'm saying? So that could be really cute too. So I'm just gonna keep with my 3 though. All right, so we've got this one done and we have that tied. So I'm gonna open that up and then, well, let's make sure of where we're gonna place this one. So we're going to place this one right about there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so just a little bit up from the bottom. So I want to get this one out of my way. So like that, so that there's like a little bit at the bottom. That was what I was trying to do. Okay, and then take my clip, put it in here, make sure this is nice and even, and take my crocodile, come in a little ways from the bottom here, press, and then come in a little ways from the top. I'm just totally eyeballing that, and it's not probably very even, but that's okay. And then I'm gonna come in with my jute and run my holes, tie my little knots. Like that. I think these are just so cute when they're done because of all these little ties and little bits peeking out. So cute. So yeah, at the very, very end, when you have everything together, come back and reassess these little closures, because these can come open really easily if you don't have it tightly tied. And I would also suggest to just dab a little piece of glue right on those little knots, just so that they don't come undone in the future. So this one is going to be the cover, and this one is going to come on top of that. Yeah. So like I can tell that maybe I might need a little more space over here once my tags all get in. But basically what I was trying to say is you want to make sure you leave enough space like on the side for everything. Okay? So now we have that part done. Let's add our tags and then we will adjust everything and then we'll be done. So I wanted to cover this back and I started to just add papers from my little scrap bin. And then I have this really beautiful part of a printable and I'm going to just glue her in back here because she's so pretty. She actually came from, this image is from, I think this is from the Mademoiselle kit. I'm gonna have to look. But she came from this really cool scrapbook that I found that had all these really old papers and like magazine clippings and all kinds of like just little clippings glued in. And it is just the coolest old scrapbook. And she was in there and she's so pretty. So yeah, okay, so that's the back. And now we're gonna put our tags in. All right, let's get our tags back out. So I know that I want to, where are my, I need some little rusty, okay, so like I said, I'm gonna use these rusty clips, but if you don't have any of these rusty clips, you obviously can use regular paper clips, or you could use, you know, any kind of like little clips that you have, or you could continue further and you could add belly bands and pockets and things. Like this could have been a pocket, this could have been a pocket, but I really wanted the tags to show and I wanted them to just be able to be removed easily. So that was my thought about that. So for the back one, I definitely want to use this tag. And now that I'm looking at this tag, I'd like to decorate the back of this so that, because I wanted the embossing to show on here, I might have to come back and decorate that after I am done with the video because I don't want to take up too much more time. So, so what I will do is I'm going to insert a rusty clip right here. And then this clip will act as the holder. And you can see that the little rust marks are going right on the lace, but that is totally okay with me. So that's going to act as the holder for that side and this side. So it's going to slip in like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in. But after the video, I'm going to come back and decorate that back of that tag, just so it's finished. And you can see the rust is wiping off onto there. Okay, and then the next tag is going to be this tag. And I said that I might like to use this here. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just clip her in here. And then I'll just slip this under like that. How about that? Yes, no. I don't like how that's popping up. Maybe I'll just nestle her in there. That makes me much happier. Okay, but the tag is clipped in. I kind of wanted this tag to go over to the left a little bit. This is how like my mind works. Like I worry about these dumb things. Like the tags like need to be like, you know, off center. So that's just like my obsessive type of mind. Okay, and then we're gonna be putting this tag here. So I will put a little clip onto the cover here, like this. around. Then on this side, we need, oh, you know what? I put the wrong tag over here. I wanted this one here. This one is going on this side, like that. And then this one is going to be on this side. So I think this one's gonna have to go on the top. Maybe like that. Yeah. And then this is gonna close, and then we're going to put this tag here. And let's see here. I guess that top one is not going to work. So we gotta redo this. Redo this one. We're gonna come over to the side, put it there. Okay. And then this can slip here, like that. Then this is gonna close. This. I'm trying to see if I have enough room with my, which I do. I do have enough room that it closes flat. I think this one needs to be let out just a tiniest bit. So I'm just giving myself just a tiny bit more room on that one. Yeah, that's better. That feels better. Okay. And then for here, we're just going to clip this one. Onto here, like that. So cute. All right, and then I'm just going to recheck these, make sure they're pulled tight, and then after I'm done with the video, I'm gonna go back and just dab a little bit of glue on each of these knots. So just tightening them, and then I'm gonna snip them so they're not so large. And then I also like to take my finger and just unravel the edge, the end, like that. Okay, that is so cute. So then we open up here, and then, you know, you could even slip other pictures or whatever. I don't think I'm gonna use this little girl. She's just, you know, sometimes you can just add too much. So I'm really, really happy with how that turned out. I think that looks really cute. And the only thing left that I would like to do is address the back of this tag. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now we are all completed with our tag book, and I have my tag back here. I'm much happier with that, just because I liked that, you know, it would look pretty whenever you turn the book over. I didn't want it to be plain, so yeah. So our tag book is all completed, and I used like all the same color ribbons, but you definitely don't have to do that. You could make it as colorful or however you like it, whatever makes it your style, you know? So I hope you guys enjoyed this process, and please let me know if you decide to make one. I'd love to know what you think, if you think it was easy to follow. I hope I wasn't too confusing, or I hope I didn't take too long explaining everything. But I just love these little books, and all of the tag books on YouTube that you can find, they're kind of so fun to watch and follow. So I'd like to try a bunch of different kinds. So also I wanted to say, I think my camera keeps shaking. I hope that if it was shaking throughout this video, I am so sorry. I am going to be putting this in my Etsy shop. So when I put this video up, it will be listed in my Etsy. So if you guys, if anyone's interested in purchasing it, you could head over there. And if it is not in there, if it's not in my Etsy shop, then that means that it has sold, because I'm definitely going to have it in there before I put it into Etsy, before I put this video up on YouTube. So anyways, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.